Now, this isn't exactly a 10-year-old device, it's actually about 9 years old, but it might as well be. One day, as we were doing some cleaning, my mom found what looked to be a smartphone, which is what it was. If we didn't find it when we did, it would probably be in a dump by now. So, what is this mysterious looking device? The only way to find out was to plug it into a charger, and to my surprise, the charging LED lit up, and I was able to power it on. Unfortunately, the device had a pin on it, but judging by the picture of me at a younger age as a wallpaper, I knew my mom never wiped this device. I guess it just slipped away when she upgraded to the HTC One X in 2012. Luckily, USB debugging was already enabled, so I could wipe the device for my own use. You might be wondering why I wiped it and didn't try and get any data off of it, and well, I did, but even if I could have done that, the internal storage is ridiculously small. Anything that was important was an included 4GB microSD card. Anyways, I now identified this as a Kyocera M6000 from Cricket Wireless. The specs really show how far technology has come. I actually found what's left of the original packaging, which gives a few brief specs. This is an Android-powered smartphone, which features the all-new Android market. Web browsing is a cinch with 3G real web browsing. You can take quality photo and video with the included 3.2 megapixel camera / camcorder combo. You can play all your music with the built-in MP3 player with removable memory. And this device is certified with Wi-Fi and even has Bluetooth. The box originally came with the device itself, the lithium-ion battery, a wall/USB charger, a 4GB microSD card, literature kit, which is all of the paperwork, and yes, a CD-ROM with your user guide info and PC Suite software. The display is a 3.5-inch 480 by 800 WVGA panel with a 267 pixel per inch density. The CPU is a single-core ARM11 Snapdragon S1 clocked at 600 MHz. The GPU is an Adreno 200. The battery is an 1130 mAh battery, which I'm surprised by because it's not as bad as weak as I expected. It supports up to 3G, but this is before AT&T bought the company. Well, basically AT&T owns it now. But anyways, Cricket Wireless used to be a CDMA-based network, which only mainly Verizon and Sprint use. I'm not sure about any others. But now that Cricket has shifted away from CDMA and went to AT&T's GSM network, if you try using this phone now, if you actually got your SIM info on it, it straight up wouldn't even detect Cricket's network, because the phone only supports CDMA networks, which Cricket isn't. Anyways, there are two variants of this phone. There's the Cricket one, the M6000, which is what I have, and there's also a Sprint variant. All this would have set you back a whopping $100, which is more than the Moto Z I got last December. Now that I've gone over the specs, let's find out what it feels like to use a decade-old smartphone in 2019. So the first thing that's going to drive me crazy is the touchscreen. Touchscreen technology has greatly improved since this phone's generation, but there is a delay when you use the device. You get used to it after a while, but it's surprising how much delay there actually is. The camera, well, it works. To be fair, this is a time when higher-end camera performance on a select few of devices were pretty acceptable, but this is a budget device from that time period, so not a very impressive camera. Doesn't even have a flash, but it can take pictures and record audio.
This is video on the Cricket M6000 Zio, from Kyocera. I mean, it's not horrible. I'm not entirely sure on that.
Moving on, how does it feel using this device, and what can we do on the unsecure, older Android 2.2? Well, the Android market is sadly dead, but getting the Play Store to work is a fairly painless task. Just because the Play Store opens up and runs fine, doesn't mean all of your apps are supported. But I managed to download a select few of modern apps, but that would quickly be put to a stop because of the amazing amount of storage space, which isn't at all acceptable by today's standards. A modern OS wouldn't even fit with that storage size. Anyways, browsing the web on the stock browser is fairly usable. The only gripe I had was that I keep getting certificate warnings everywhere I go. Gaming is also something I'm impressed by on this device. Remember, single core 600 MHz with probably 512 megabytes of RAM or maybe less. Well, that was my 10-year challenge for this abandoned Android smartphone. Even in 2019, some things do work, but even with root installed, there isn't much else to do but customize it. There was a custom ROM back in the day, but the download link is forever gone. There are multiple aspects of this device that aren't seen anymore today, like the trackball, which works great by the way. I think I prefer it over the display. There's also the bezels, which are slowly disappearing from most modern smartphones. The technology and resolution of the display has also changed, and the sizes of the displays have greatly increased as well. Headphone jacks are almost extinct, and the Android operating system has greatly improved. Amazing that 10 years ago, a $100 smartphone was almost unusable, and today, a $100 smartphone is just as good as higher-end devices. A select few of higher-end devices anyways. Just imagine how phones, or technology in general, will change in the next 10 years. I'm still getting used to dual displays, foldable displays, and crazy amounts of camera sensors. 8 cores was unimaginable to have on a mainstream CPU, but now, not only are they cheaper, the core count is increasing as the years go on. Anyways guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you didn't, you know where to go. Also, my giveaway is still going on, so definitely go check that out. While you're there, you're still subscribing to the channel. Anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.